Welcome to Cougar Mountain Software Denali Essential Training. Denali Payroll Module Preferences. This video will cover how to set the general preferences for the Denali Payroll Module. The Denali Payroll Module Preferences is where you set up the specific module settings for your Denali Payroll module. You can access the module preferences from the Options menu here, or you can use the navigation pane on the left by selecting the Options section and accessing the module preferences here, or simply select Set up the module preferences from the main front navigation screen. The first thing you see in the Denali module preferences is the Generals tab. This is where the general settings for the Denali payroll module are set. The current payroll year end always ends on December 31st of the current year. If you have not closed out a previous year, the previous year may still show here. Here you can select which items you would like to print on the Denali paycheck stubs. You can also select the maximum benefit deductions per paycheck that will print on the stub, and also the number of pay rate codes for employees that have more than one pay rate code. The last paycheck number that printed in Denali payroll will be displayed here. You can change this number to indicate the next paycheck number you would like to print. This number can also be overridden at the time you print paychecks. The last direct deposit number is shown here. This number is set by the Denali payroll system and cannot be changed. The default maximum garnish percentage can be set here. This is the default for the Denali payroll module, but this number can be overridden specifically for each employee on the employee setup if needed. If you check the Make Notes Visible box here, this will display the Notes tab as the first tab shown when you load up the Setup Employee Record screen. If you need to work in more than one batch at a time, select this option here to enable multi-batch mode for Denali Payroll. Denali Payroll will print the employee's Social Security number on paycheck stubs and on reports. If you do not want the employee's Social Security number to print, check this box here to encrypt the Social Security number. When you select the Encrypt Social Security number on checks and reports, you have three encryption format options. The first option is to not show the Social Security number at all. The second option is to only show the first three digits of the Social Security number. Or the final option is to show the last four digits of the Social Security number. Next, we move on to the integration settings for the Denali Payroll module. Denali Payroll is set up to integrate with Accounts Payable, Bank Reconciliation, and the General Ledger modules for Cougar Mountain Denali. If the Accounts Payable integration is set to No Integration, this will cause no information to post to the Accounts Payable module when posting payroll transactions. If you set Integration On to Integrated, this will cause all payroll liabilities to post to the Accounts Payable module when you post payroll transactions. For Bank Reconciliation integration, you can have no integration. You can integrate Summary Direct Deposit or Detailed Direct Deposit. With no integration, no information will post to the Bank Reconciliation module when payroll transactions are posted. With Summary Direct Deposit, this will post a summary total of all direct deposit transactions as a single withdrawal from the payroll bank account as set up in the Bank Reconciliation module. With Detailed Direct Deposit integration, this will post each individual direct deposit transaction as a separate withdrawal from the payroll account as set up in the Bank Reconciliation module. With either Summary or Detail set, all paper paychecks will post individually to the Bank Reconciliation module. If you turn the Bank Reconciliation integration on, you must specify a bank account code as set up in the Bank Reconciliation module that you will be using for your payroll account. For General Ledger integration, you have several options for Denali Payroll to integrate to General Ledger. No integration will not post any information to the General Ledger module. Integrated Detail will post each transaction individually to the General Ledger module. Integrated Condensed will post each transaction individually to the income and expense accounts affected in the General Ledger module, but will only post a summary total of the batch totals to the balance sheet accounts that are affected. Integration Summary will only post a summary total to all accounts that are affected to the General Ledger module for each batch that is posted. Report Only Detail will only generate a posting report for each transaction that would normally post to the General Ledger, but nothing will actually post to the General Ledger. Report Only Summary will generate a report that only shows the batch totals for the General Ledger, but nothing will actually post to the General Ledger module. If you turn on the General Ledger integration, you must also specify a General Ledger Wages Payable account as set up in the General Ledger module. Next, for Module Preferences, we have the Direct Deposit settings. This is where you set up the company information for direct deposit transmissions. For more information on the direct deposit setup, please see the direct deposit video. Next, we have the user-defined fields for the Denali Payroll module. Here, you can create your own user-defined fields as needed for the Denali Payroll module. For more information on user-defined fields, please see the user-defined fields video. And finally, we have the print options for the Denali Payroll module. Here is where you specify how you want the reports, the posting reports, the checks, and direct deposit stubs to be printed. You can specify them to go to the printer, the number of copies, the format, whether laser or dot matrix, or the specific printer that you want to send these reports to. If you select Default, this will be the default printer as set up in your Windows settings. You can also set this box here to edit these settings at the time you run the report. This allows you to make changes to these default settings at the time that you print the report. You can also set this box here to print the report parameters. The report parameters is a summary at the bottom of the report explaining what is included in that report. If you choose Screen for the output type, this will set the report to display on the screen instead of going to your printer. You can also select File for the output type. This will create a file for the report instead of sending the report to the printer. If you select File, you can give the file a name here. You can also select the file format. You can choose Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Adobe Acrobat or PDF, HTML, text, or XML formats. With the Denali Payroll Module Preferences, you can set up Denali Payroll to work for you according to your needs.